for a moment that the world you live in is different to what it is now. The atmospheric conditions are the same, but there is no soil cover. Instead of soil, there is a flat, black, dry, a surface on which nothing grows, nothing to eat. If you go out and sow it, nothing comes out of it. There are no or if in such a world, questions such as why do smelling and tasty fruits, delicious vegetables, and foods of various kinds not emerge most likely not to you. Since you had never them, you would probably its product the apple you perhaps tread on every day, even thinking about will give you importance. Sura are that with world a dry and arid place.
Seek Satan. We will only make it on it barren wasteland. At the miraculous soil on, see that our Almighty Lord all things in a matchless form at the moment of and who shows us the proofs of his own existence and incomparable creation of soul. There are no such substance as soil. In terms, the world is very harsh and ugly. Soil, where plants would grow, and the earth would simply just be a mass of rock and stone. More of that, however, is if there were no soil, the source of food, essential life to existence, would not exist. However, thanks to the Almighty Lord's infinite mercy and blessings, the world we live on has not been created like that. God has placed soil, which he has made man, and countless products from it. There is no end to the that goes on us through the soil. Soil is like a special that gives life to the person, represents the natural wealth of hundreds of fruits and vegetables. They all have different shapes and tastes. Else on earth that resembles springs and products with different flavors and colors, even though tons of and waste deposited on top of it and millions of dead bodies decay with it. It is impossible to produce such a material, even all the means provided by the Lord. All this is evidence that soil was created with miraculous properties life to continue. It reveals in verses of the Quran that soil is an important creation. Is the dead land which we bring to life and from which we pour the rain of which they eat. We place it in gardens and grapes and cause springs to shout from it, so they may eat its fruits. They do it themselves. Will they not be thankful? Soil, a compound that swathes the earth. Although it looks quite uncomplicated, soil actually has a highly complex structure and contains a biological system within itself. Compounds in soil include various minerals, substances such as oxygen and humus, as animal wastes. In a component of soil, substances and compounds in soil, its characteristics and substances result from chemical processes by bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms microorganisms are among these.
Inspection that miraculous mixture made up of a great many different elements, chemicals, and microbes. When elements and no effect don't come together, they produce a special material that is of importance to both and to the equilibrium in the soil and portions thereof have been very created, fertile, the medicine we follow. All of these drugs are combining different substances in varying proportions, and we wait for them to have the human body. Numerous specialists work for months on end to do this, to produce the drug best suited to human health. Numerous chemicals are used of special manufacture of a soil that represents the food source of all things is created by elements and organisms that comprise it together. Special although a drug can be produced by human hand, it is impossible to obtain a handful of soil.
Estimated that between 150 to 350 years need to pass to meter soil capable of 20,000 years. This all shows soil come into being by chance, but is the result of creation on might and knowledge. Water once emerged from it. The way that the tons of trees emerge year. The intense nature of the going on inside. Just reflecting the fact for one to properly appreciate the passion of God. In one verse of the Quran, God says, "See, God walked forth by it, and they themselves eat. So will see." Soil is ideally suited. Soil with particles of various sizes, as long as the attraction between these communication force. Soil. These all the structure so they're all arranged specific or sticking together. These particles to the structural soil particles. This process is very complex. Result of these chemical bonds. The way these soil together and never start use and feel substance. But this property of soil is able to be crushed or dispersed. That we are able to plow the soil, this building material, and combine it with these, and the way the tree roots and plants all stem. Mighty Lord, who created into perfection down to the finest detail, has created soil with these features so that man and all living things can benefit. The fact that all things are created in the finest manner Creator, Giver of form, to him belong the names. Everything in the heaven glorified. He is the Almighty wise.
Laboratory working ground.
Soil is something that merely consists of particles. Micro simple 1 teaspoonful of oil contains thousands of organisms in soil. This chemical form pollen, plant and animal waste, thus absorbing nutrients in terms that can absorb because the plants contain animal waste and soil. Vegetables in particular, not in full at once. This state not be probable, will thus resolve organisms, and as the soil is richer in nutrients, it becomes more. A publicity of institute organisms increase. Well, the soil's thought, understanding the life of microbes could enhance and planets as integral soils. Such as crop nutrient, water, and enhancing structure.
The way that these tiny life forms can be seen with the naked act just like soil is a miraculous state of affairs. Even chemists who have meaning mistake, but these organisms have been changing in an impeccable manner since the day they were created and produce the nutrients for the fruits and vegetables we eat. Really, Almighty Lord creates these organisms and characteristics they need and bestows countless blessings by making the soil we live on so by way of a great. Although all the plants in soil are watered by the sun or perform photosynthesis with the same air, have varying shapes, taste, and values. Just reflection shows that this is a most extraordinary state of affairs. If it were a magic compound, soil soon converts air and sunlight into a delicious banana or a sweet strawberry. This property of soil appears in the Quran.
There are regions side by side and gardens of grape cultivated fields and palm sharing one root and others with individual roots, all with water. We make some things to eat than others. There are signs in that for people who use their intellect. The infinity compassion makes the quality of the soil that servants will enjoy each them in a manner. In the words Burroughs, in another verse, how he has made the soil such a productive substance. To look at pour down plentiful water, then split the earth into rows. Then we make grapes and herbs and olives, dates and luxurious gardens and orchards and meadows. You and your livestock. The clean water. A certain amount of the rain that falls returns to the seas and oceans. By means of the powerful absorbency of soil, the water that falls begins into the lower reaches an permeable layer, and the level of water there is to accumulate under the effect of subsequent. Eventually, the saturation is reached for a way to leave that stratum. Means of its high pressure, water emerges upward from the structure of the surface. This pressure is the reason why artesian wells spring as they do. God reveals in one verse of the Quran how rainwater enters the soil, gives rise to underground sources. That God down water from the sky, sends it through the earth, emerges springs, and by forth colors, which then wither, and you see flow, and then he makes the broken stop. Wonder in that of intelligence.
How is emerge soil? The way soil, many ways and ways is clean of God's command for human beings. God has arranged particles such as sand, clay, gravel, and soil so perfectly serves a kind of filter for the water that enters the soil, removing particles and impurities from it. In other words, soil cleans water rather than dirtying.
Sends to the soil, temperature rises, dissolves various minerals as it passes different layers and absorbs them. The result is thermal springs. It has been proved that viruses that cannot be treated with drugs are improved by these thermal springs. These things without in the soil by God. Another point is of springs. Structure of water underground and people thus enjoy easy access to water that falls from the sky and disappears into the depths of the soil. This is certainly a great blessing. It is a laborious task to lays underground and raise several meters. The means of the property that God created in the soil and water rises to the surface for people. Different strata of the earth did not hold water, instead let it pass through to water would constantly and be physically impossible again. Had God created a structure like that, then none but God would be able to bring water back to the surface again. It is revealed in an Say, what do you think? If one morning you're watering the earth, who will be running? The way the soil waters and swell. In 1820, discovered that a kind of shaking and quivering takes place when soil molecules when drops fall onto them. It consists of various molecules containing metallic elements. Rain causes metallic elements in soil to ionize. Ionic molecules then quiver when it rains. As drops of water strike these molecules from various, they absorb water and grow and rise. These drops soon turn into mineral deposits inside the soil. Plants for 2 or 3 months. Were it not stored, water would percolate onto the lower soil, the quickly dehydrate within at most. One important point needing to be noted here: this property of soil is described as quivering and swelling in the core. Scientists years ago is described as follows in our holy book, 14 centuries ago. And you see the earth dead and barren. Then we send water onto quivers and swells, luxuriant plants of the soil relations in all ages.
The system involves ecological equilibrium. Its properties also allow it to be used as a practical tool and raw material in daily life. Soil is such a useful material role in the emergence of in order for society to be able to establish a civilization and to raise it over time, another important condition of the land suited to settlement that to be factors have played a major role in the foundation of great
civilization. For example, land navigated by the water. Nations found born from the fertile soils watered by the Tigris. Many civilizations established in the Middle East settled in regions with and plentiful resources. There is an important reason for this. Human beings require specific infrastructure in order to establish their own civilization area. Elements of the structure, soil, and water. All the things ever ways very oil and water in their magnificent works. The great levels of art achieved using the soil civilizations they attained as a one of the subjects noted in one verse on the have and seen the final fate of those before had greater strength than them and cultivated the land and inhabited greater number than they.
all the structures and works of art today as of the world civilized. The architecture is
tarafından
by engineers.
taklit edilmektedir.
These are still continuing today in many sectors.
Since soil is such a practical, an entire industry is emerging. Soil is used for raw cement, ceramic industry, materials, and under the effect highly since these sectors are also used in production, energy, and automotive industries. A huge industry. The infinite passion blesses his servants via the soil in making it possible for them to survive and improving, facilitating. Conclusion.
Where there is so water on it, if it can stone things to be able to make it, and it would be uncomfortable rock surface, we would be unable to benefit from the soil industry. Created the neither covered in water
kaya gibi sert olarak
or softness. Soil is ideally suited for human beings to live on. The great Islamic scholar soil has been created with the as follows.
The original creation of the earth, some liquid matter solidified at the command and leave the became earth. The word earth utters soil. That is to say, the liquid matter was too soft to support anything, and was too hard to be benefited. Therefore, the wise and compassionate one spread over the rock and made it the place of habitation for beings. God, who creates all things flawlessly and at the moment of his change, shows his existence and evidence of his incomparable creation, even in a handful of soil. Revealed God thing. God, the creator, the maker, the giver of form. Him belong the most beautiful